Hey everybody, welcome into the Beehive. I'm your host, the Bee at LLC, and this is where we stack precious metals like it's pollen and nectar. Today we have the privilege of speaking with son of a silver stacker. So I'm happy to be talking with him, at least I hope so. And for those of you who were here last week, I apologize for not coming on and letting you know, he emailed me and let me know that he wasn't going to be able to make it last week. And then I just didn't come on here and let you guys know what was going on, so I apologize about that. Live and learn. So yeah, hopefully son of a silver stacker will be showing soon. We'll go over there and take a look at his channel while we're waiting. Neil's Han Dynasty, welcome in. OC Stacker, thanks for being here. Happens every time. All right. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. So this is uh-oh, it's not showing. Oh, maybe I got the wrong one. Try again. There we go. Okay, this is Son of a Silver Stacker's channel. I'm sure most of you know who he is. He's got a nice big channel, fun channel. Learn a lot of information from him. I'm hoping to get into it with him here a little bit about some numismatics, because when I'm over there on his channel, I'm always taken back by the amount of information that he knows about the U.S. Mint and its goings on today, and including all the way down to like today's quarters and proof sets that come from the U.S. Mint and all that, which is way beyond my level of stacking. So interested to hear what he has to say about stackers like me coming into the community and what he thinks of that type of thing. So Homestead Aquarius, welcome in. Neil's Han Dynasty, Space Miner, thanks for being here, guys. And yeah, hopefully he will be popping in soon. Not seeing any. Uh-oh, hold on. Yep, no information yet, so hopefully he did not forget. Blistering Barnacles Adventures, hello. Welcome into the Beehive. We are awaiting Son of a Silver Stacker. And yeah, let's see what time. Let's see, I think silver and gold market's going to be opening here. Was it at 4:30 that it opens, I think? What are you guys' thoughts on which direction she's going to open? Usually it seems to get knocked down on Sunday or Monday, especially Monday, it seems like to me. Sometimes it goes up a little Sunday evening, but Mondays is usually when the crash seems, or the smash seems to come. What about you guys? Let's see in the chat. What do you think, up or down for the gold and silver? Let's start with gold. Gold up $1. OC Stacker says okay. It's not telling you, Homestead. All right. Blistering Barnacle says up. Yeah, I think we probably might see it up a little Sunday here, but then probably get a good good smashing Monday. However, I was surprised last week. Come Monday, I was expecting it, and it didn't really get to smash down. So we shall see. $20 upward move for silver. Boy, wouldn't that be something? I think that's coming here one of these days. I think she's coming. Space Miner says up on gold. And a little bit of down with silver. Yeah, that's not probably a bad guess either. Sal had some bad news for platinum. Really, I missed that. Is it more than a comment can explain, or put it in the chat? While I'm waiting here, I'm going to check something out. It appears that my software is picking up the chat today. I'm going to try something here, because I'm still having an ongoing battle with my software. It's not all my fault. They've made me aware that they are having issues on their end as well, so I'm not sure if it's all me or partially them too, but anywho. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Hey, Chef Stacker, welcome in. Let's try. Oh, okay. Let me try something here. Yeah, it's still not working for me. Clear wheel. All right. Well, I don't know. We'll give this another 5 minutes or so, and then I might have to call it again. Not sure. Something must have came up with him. Apologize, guys. All right, man. I'm trying one more thing with this wheel spinning business. The gas versus electric vehicle battle has not even begun yet. Just the previews. That will be short-term action. New tech use will be long-term. Oh, yeah, probably. But yeah, talk about an interesting quick turnaround in the electric car market, huh? A little bit too much hype for the actual underlying, in my opinion. Show some crystallized osmium. Well, Neil, I would show some crystallized osmium, except I sold out in my last auction. I sold every piece I had. So now I got to get some more in stock. But it was very beautiful while I had it. I was always so impressed. Yeah, the bungee effect of metals. Yeah, I think we could definitely have some big move. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if any of the precious metals market, maybe not quite as much with gold, but silver, platinum, even palladium could pull a nickel, in my opinion. It's a possibility, not out of the question. You have an Ian on tonight, Neil? I see that. Cool. I'll be there, tuned in. LLC broke. Stacker was finally able to see your message to. Oh, about the silver shot last night, Homestead. I thought he was missing my question, and then I thought, well, maybe not, so I'll quit spamming him. But yeah, I'd like to see him pour some silver, and I could get myself a silver pour of those bees, which I would prefer. Of course, that last number 6, that copper pour number 6 he did was, I really liked the look of. I like that one as well, even though I'm more of a silver guy. Oh, hey, look at that. All right, good deal. Son of a silver stacker. We have him live here. Let me get him up on stage. Triple S. Are you there? Looks like he's muted, but I think he's here.
Hey, sorry about that.
Hey.
Really appreciate your patience with me. Yeah, it's been one of those kind of days. How are you?
I'm good, no worries, but I'm glad you made it. I was about to pull the plug, but no, I'm glad you're here. Glad to have you.
Yeah, how long you been live for? It looks like 12, 15 minutes, somewhere in there.
Yep.
Man, I
Not
hurried back as fast as I could. My wife and my son were like, let's go get some ice cream and walk down by the lake. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, sounds like a great idea. And one thing led to another. And next thing I know, we're walking around downtown and I'm like, I got stuff to do. And they're like, okay. And anyway, I made it.
Yeah, it's a Sunday. No, I appreciate you taking time for me. Sorry to pull you away from the family. My fam's outside in the yard playing baseball, giving me the eye, like, why aren't you out here? So
Oh, I'm so sorry. It made me feel even worse than I already do. Dang it. Oh
no,
man.
it's me dragging us all down here, but I'm glad to have you and looking forward to talking with you.
It's good to be here finally, because I know we tried to get together last time, but that didn't work out too well. So I have really bad allergies here in where I live in Florida, and my allergies are so bad that it actually induces asthma. And I have this chest congestion and wheezing, and then I can't breathe. Then I got to go to the emergency room, and
Oh man.
it's all bad. So I was
Well,
on
my brother.
What's that?
I was just gonna say my brother had asthma when he was a kid. He still has an inhaler, and it gets him a little, but I think he got a little bit better with age. But man, when he was a kid, there's nothing scarier than watching him wheeze in and out and not know if he's gonna get his next breath, like breathing through a straw.
Yeah, it's tough. It really is. It really is tough. And I like breathing. It's one of my favorite activities.
No doubt, man. That would be hard for sure.
Yeah, you got what are the possibilities in here? He's
I
got an
know.
awesome channel. In fact, he dropped 2 videos on his channel just over the weekend here, and they're awesome.
Oh, cool. I will go check him out for sure. Yeah, I just subscribed to him over on your channel the other night, was over there, but I haven't got to many of his videos yet. But yeah, welcome in. What are the possibilities? Thanks for being here. Broke Stacker, welcome in. Okay, cool. Well, I wanted to ask you something before I get too far into it. It's just kind of funny or when I started my YouTube channel, I played my video back and I listened to myself and I thought, what in the world? I'm not going to be able to do this because I can't hardly stand to hear my own voice and have to edit it continually. But with you, I mean, I don't know if I'm guessing people have told you this, but you just seem to have a voice for radio, or I sure enjoy listening to you. And I was wondering, do you have, did you have that same thought when you started? Like, did you not like hearing your voice, or does it sound good to you? Because I consider you to have one of the better voices here on YouTube in the
Well,
precious.
thank you for your you flatter me. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I always wanted to be a disc jockey. I don't know if you're old enough to know who there's a guy named Wolfman Jack who was kind of one of my idols growing up as a kid was Wolfman Jack, and he kind of talked like this, and he was really loud. It was really good times. So that's what he kind of sounded like, and I didn't want to be that guy, but I definitely wanted to be on the radio. And so maybe over the course of my lifetime, maybe I've tried to have a radio voice. I don't
Built
know.
it in, huh? Well, that's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, it's interesting to know because you definitely have the voice for it. So good to see that you're using it, I guess.
Yeah, look, see, there people say I remember Wolfman Jack, Neil Han Dynasty. That name's familiar to me, Neil Han Dynasty.
Oh, he's out there. Yeah, I don't know how you don't see him in all the chats out there. Stephanie S, welcome in. Good to see you. So yeah, so with that, I just thought also, how long have you been on YouTube?
So I've been on YouTube since 2009, but I really started starting the channel, putting out content in 2020. So about 4 years ago now.
Okay, so then did you start with Son of a Silver Stacker as your handle, or was that brought in later, or?
That's how it happened right off the bat. It was just son of
Right
a
off
silver
the bat.
stacker. My father and his father, they all stack silver. They've been telling me about silver. It was my grandfather that told me about the Hunt brothers, and believe it or not, the Hunt brothers never really went away. They just kind of diversified into other things. In fact, one of the Hunt brothers owned the Kansas City Chiefs, the football team. I
Wow.
think What are the possibilities would know all about that. He's a Chiefs fan, actually.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, so I love
Um,
silver, love that shiny metal. In fact, I keep a silver American Silver Eagle in my pocket, a Type 1, a 2021 Type 1 in my pocket, the bullion version, um, every single day, every time I go out of the house. A lot of people, so my grandpa, he kept a silver coin in his pocket, and some people think it keeps, because of its reflective properties, keeps away the evil eye. So that's one thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
look, he
I've
said,
heard that. I
hell
heard that
yeah.
in like the Middle Ages. I heard that was kind of a big deal, or that was a big saying at the time, anyway.
Yeah, back in the Western days, they'd throw in a silver dollar into a thing of water, and it would keep the bacteria levels down in the water, actually.
Yes, yes, I have heard that. In fact, there's been people commenting here of late that they still put it in their milk in some other countries. So
Really? I didn't even know that was a thing.
yeah, keep it a little bit longer as well, supposedly. So yeah,
No, but listen, getting back to the voice, thank you. You got a great voice for this. You really do.
oh,
In fact, I think all you need to do is just have clear, focused thoughts, and you're set. Really, I mean, that's all you got to do.
yeah. Well, that's where I enter into trouble.
Well, don't I mean, yeah, but yeah, I mean, but if you have a coherent thought, you can probably eloquently get it across without any issues, I'm sure.
Oh, well,
You're
thanks.
a
I
smart guy.
appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. So yeah, well, that's interesting because you say that you're interested in silver. Your name is Son of a Silver Stacker, and for me, that's where I'm at. I mean, my passion is silver. It's probably fairly easy to see, but I see when I go over to your channel, you have knowledge on today's modern clad coinage as well. Am I wrong, or?
I love clad coinage. I love silver coins. I love commemorative coins, commemorative clads. But honestly, I'm full of ideas. I particularly I like to if I'm going to put myself in a box. You know how people like to put themselves in a box, and like that's what I am. I'm going to stay in my lane, and that's what I do.
Well, I
I
know
love.
people like to put people in boxes anyway, but yeah.
Right? Exactly. So I love the United States Mint. Call me whatever names you can think of for people who like the United States Mint. That's okay. I'm a firm believer in our United States Mint. It's the biggest coin dealer in the world, no doubt about it. They have fantastic resources. They have fantastic technology. And they have fantastic leadership that is doing amazing things. And ever since 1999, it is my belief, my theory, that we have been in the Great American Coin Renaissance, and that's been brought to you by the United States Mint. I mean, since 1999, I mean, they brought back the Susan B. Anthony in a proof. They also made the state quarter program, and then they did the Native American dollar, and then we're looking at the presidential dollars, and bam, we get into the uh, I guess the Commonwealth. Do I say Commonwealth countries where we have Puerto Rico, Guam, those coins? That was a thing. I just, yeah, U.S. Mint things. I'll eat them up. I love it. It makes me want to do the McDonald's theme. Ba da ba ba ba.
Yeah, well, interesting because for some reason, and I'm not sure what it is, a clad it just does not attract me for but I see like over on your channel, you guys know what you're doing, and I think that's a big part of it too. Like I kind of wanted to mention on that subject, you guys, if you knew what you were doing, you could probably be almost more profitable in the clad, like on flipping or online sales and whatnot. Is that is
You
that
know what? Thank you. What are the possibilities? You still learned a lot from me. I appreciate that, man. As far as the clad goes, I mean, look, let's talk quarters first and foremost. All right. Those are the flagship product of the United States Mint. In fact, before the pandemic, you would probably find, maybe 20 different US quarter products. You'd have the two quarters, you'd have like all the quarters for the year in a three coin set. You'd have them in an uncirculated set, in a circulated set. I mean, and then you obviously have the 5 or 6 product options for each quarter. And
yeah,
those actually can be very profitable. Like you said, if you know what you're doing. So if you know that clad coins are made out in San Francisco, California, which is, I guess what I'm trying to say is in 2012, the United States Mint started minting San Francisco quarters. And that's kind of a big deal. And they're super low mintage. Now, they're not going to be found in the wild, out in circulation or anything, but they will definitely be able to be purchased in the secondary market or at the secondary market and on the US Mint website. But here's the kicker with these things. They're absolutely beautiful. They've not seen any circulation, so they don't have any scratches, generally speaking. They're high quality mint state coins, meaning 65, 66 or better, hopefully. And, they have, look, in a high grade like mint state 68, 69, a San Francisco quarter can be worth $400 or $500. And
wow,
I'm not,
really?
yeah, exactly. So really, it's just when you're talking clad, you're going to be talking graded clad coins,
Okay,
and those are really the tough to get. So if
and
you're,
I'm sorry, and that's generally kind of the uncirculated, like
yeah, and those can generally be found in the uncirculated coin sets, and that's why I'm a big proponent of the uncirculated coin sets because I believe that's where registry sets are born, meaning that's where most of your coins that are going to be graded at third-party grading services that are going to have high grades are going to be found in those uncirculated coin sets. And
yeah,
so that's the kind of clad that can really earn you some money. Now, as far as the American Women Quarters buying the P, D, and the S rolls back in 2022 with the first issuance of Maya Angelou, you could have probably sold that for 3 times what you purchased it for. At the United States Mint, maybe 4 times. I think they were going for $200, if I'm not mistaken, and that was just $30 in quarters. So there is opportunity for people who love clad, and there's obviously opportunity for okay, so for people who love silver, so here's my question to you, LLC, and I
yeah.
apologize if I'm doing
No, no,
conversation
no, no,
domination. I apologize.
perfect.
Um, when you are collecting, you're either collecting numismatic value, bullion value, or exonumia. There's different types of levels of collecting, and I realized at some point during my collecting that I'm like, holy smokes, do I want? Okay, so if I think a lot of us collect collect coins, especially particularly the ones who, because look, if you're one of those people who's a prepper or the stuff hits the fan person, you're probably not going to be collecting clad coins. It's just
Right.
one of those things. It's like, yeah, when I'm going to trade these clad coins for some magic beans, it's just not going to happen, So people would rather trade you food for some silver, I would imagine,
Yeah.
but not clad quarters. They're like, yeah, sorry, leave here now.
Sure.
So
Without the knowledge anyway, for sure. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I think for me, I think I realized what's more important to have silver, okay, to actually hold on to, and then clad to flip.
Man, see, that's perfect. That's the best answer for what I was asking. Because I go over to your channel, and I want to get into the people you have on. I like your little group that you got going over there, and I learned
It
so
was tough.
much
It was
from
tough getting that group together. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it was tough
no,
getting that group together. Look, I've had a rough time on YouTube with some of the personalities I've encountered, and that saying, "Familiarity breeds contempt." Well, it sure does. All right, now go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm going to mute myself.
no, that's I go over there and I learn a lot, and every once in a while you got Crispy. He puts out the coins that really suck me in. The beautiful, high priced
Oh, he has such a
numismatics.
great. Doesn't he have great taste and
He
such unique
does.
items? It's amazing.
So that sucks me in. But then you'll come on next with like a U.S. mint set, uncirculated, but it's clad, and I'm thinking, man, I know that there's more here than meets the eye.
Mhm.
So it's very interesting to hear that, and I can tell that it's the knowledge that's missing.
Yeah,
Uh,
I use Clad to feed my silver habit,
that's
basically.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a great avenue you're using there. But you would just have to study the clad and stay up with the U.S. Mint. I mean, is that kind of how that's why you're watching the U.S. Mint like a hawk somewhat?
Yeah, exactly. You asked me when I first started this channel, and I told you it was in 2020 of like June or July.
Okay.
But the reason I started the channel was because I I want to know what's going to be upcoming and cool. And all these videos on YouTube, they always covered the coin after it came out.
You bet.
And
Yeah.
they never really made a prediction of whether or not it's going to be a valuable coin. I don't know if they wanted to damage a reputation or what have you, but there was nothing for people who wanted to, I don't want to say make money, but at least have a chance at making money. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. So I kind of feel like I created a genre of YouTube videos about the mints because I don't think anybody else covers it like I do.
I mean, I wouldn't, or I haven't found yet another channel that does it like you do. So I would agree with that so far. And
Sorry.
I don't know everybody, but yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody that covers the U.S. Mint like you do, nor has the knowledge on basically. I guess you could call them new coins or clad. I just refer to them as clad because I'm so focused on the silver. But
Yeah.
eh, it's just very interesting because I kind of figured that's what was going on. If I actually had more knowledge, the thing to do would be doing exactly what you're doing.
Well,
So it's
LLC, let me tell you another thing about me. All right. So I like Morgan dollars. I like peace dollars. I like walking liberties. I like the Franklin half dollars and the Kennedy half dollars and all that. But one of the reasons why I actually collect modern and do only mostly modern is because I recognize the fact that I cannot compete with some guy who's been studying Morgans and VAMs in those
oh,
Morgans for 20, 30 years. I can't, there's no way. I can't even get next to that guy in a competition. But what I can do, and all of us listening here can, is the next item that comes out at the United States Mint, we can all become an expert on it, just like they can. Because you know what? We're all even, Steven, equal at that point. The water level's even. when that new mint product comes out. And then obviously as time goes by, we can either ignore it or keep learning about it, about the, some of the variations, or, some more about the mint marks, or the artists, or something of that nature. So really, that's why I kind of stick to the new stuff, because I can be an expert on that, just like anybody, just like you or anybody in this audience or anybody on YouTube. It's an equal playing ground, really.
That's interesting. That's very smart. All right, cool. So, but and I had here which you like better, but you obviously the silver, but you just have the knowledge and the interest in the know-how how to make use of the clad.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting.
And
Now,
to make a video every day, I think that's really a challenge for a lot of people that want to be on, YouTube and do coin shows. But really, for me, it's such a passion for me. It's like I could probably make 2 to 3 videos a day, but I don't really have. I have the time, okay, but I just, for whatever reason, I just don't. I have too many ideas. I think that's what it really boils down to.
yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, what am I going to do for a show today or the next day," and so on and so forth. But for me, it's like, clearly you can tell I have diarrhea of the mouth. I talk too much. So for me to do a video is, yeah.
I mean, from what I see, it's very informative. Yeah, I mean, I know I struggle with that. You seem to be able to put out videos continually, and it seems like they're focused, and you don't struggle to come up with stuff, whereas I probably do a bit more. So you're much more comfortable in your area there, which shows and is good. So yeah, you mentioned, it's interesting to me how many different avenues there are. Grading Morgans, like you were talking about, and grades in general. Have you studied much on the grading scale?
Love the grading scale. And did you know it didn't always go to 70? Those were actually added later on.
Tell me, speak to me, talk to me, Goose.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, that's the Sheldon scale. And that didn't go to 70. It went to 70 just recently in the last, in the modern era. And it was actually started out as a dollar figure, not a grade. So if somebody said it was a mint state 30, it was a $30 coin. So that's pretty interesting. And that really, I think, is a testimony to how things evolve over time, and how definitions that we understand and know, and these terms that we've come to understand, actually change over time. I think that's one of the biggest things that I've come to understand about life in general, is that definitions change, meanings change.
Oh man, and boy, there's a subject.
Yeah.
I would say that I mean, that's on my mind almost daily. Is For one thing, what am I saying? Sometimes I say stuff and I go back and I think about it, and I'm like, that's not even what I was meaning to say. Our words almost have been, I don't know what, watered down or changed around, but yeah, that's very interesting that you bring that up. So it was a dollar system, 30 mint state. Can you explain that a bit more to me? I'm a little confused on what you're saying.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to bring this up so I don't screw it up, because I don't want to give you guys the original. No.
Wild card coins, welcome in.
PGS, and I know even though it says here on PGS, this is not the truth. It says in 1948, William Sheldon, he was a doctor. I don't know if he was actually a doctor of numismatics. No, I'm just kidding. Doctor of numismatics. I'm just being silly. Yeah, so they actually, let's say the ANA, the American Numismatic Association, adopted this scale in the 70s to grade the coins, even though this was made in 1948, assigning grades from 1 through 70. All right. And This is actually, I like standardization. For me, that's a really big deal. In mint state, the grade is MS. In proof, it's either PR or PF. Now, for listing things on eBay on the secondary market, I think it would be important to find some kind of either it's going to be PF or PR, determining the strike type. All right, so I don't know, man. I love coins so much. I could talk about them for so long. And this Sheldon scale, it is important, but it's not everything. And the problem with the Sheldon scale really ultimately is, and yes, look, it's good. Look, if you're going to be a steward of a coin collection, meaning it's going to be in your possession for a certain amount of time, and then you're going to give it to somebody else, which ultimately is going to happen because, I mean, obviously, I mean, you could take it with you, but that's weird.
Right.
Um, that's once you've graded something and you've got it a designation, whether it's a strike, a proof strike or a mid strike, and then a grade of a 65 or a 69 proof or 70 proof, the people you love, the people you give the coin to, are going to be able to sell it with much more leverage than they would if it was in raw format. And I think really, besides having, that going for you, all grading does is give you bragging rights. So it gives you bragging rights to grade coins on the Sheldon scale, but it also lets your progeny or your heirs get, close to what the coins are worth. Now, for me, I love graded coins, but also love raw coins. Do you buy graded coins yourself, or do you like graded coins at all?
I do buy them. I'm it depends on the coin for me, really. I'm into ancient coins, and I've kind of went more towards the raw on
Hmm.
that side of things.
Yeah,
Because I think just getting that history in your hands, and the minting technology was a little bit different, obviously, and so for me, it's about holding those coins.
yeah,
But I do think that, I mean, there's definitely, like you say, for a novice, it's definitely an easy way in, and that's, I think the coin community would probably agree, that's made it easy for a lot of people
yeah.
in that area.
Yep. Easy
But
to
again,
understand. It's a number. Everybody knows numbers, right? They know
right,
higher numbers more, less numbers less. I mean, it's pretty
sure,
simple.
sure, but also I think, how the pendulum swings to one side and the other, kind of, and I suppose that you can get too far where now you're just looking at grades, not even paying attention to the coin, and
Yep.
really we need to
Yep.
just be looking at the coins instead of, I
Yeah.
mean, to an extent,
No,
there's
you're
that side as
100%
well.
correct. There's only a certain amount of instances where we should buy the slab. Um, but primarily we should be purchasing the coin and not the slab. Now, if you're going to buy the slab, if you're going to come from that point of view, that buying angle, I would say that would be relatively smart if you're going to buy the slab. If it was a rattler, you know what a rattler is?
Yes, yes.
It's a slabbed coin from PCGS that really is kind of shakes around in there.
Yeah.
Well, generally speaking, those coins are actually um, graded lower than today's. Well, no, how do I say this?
Then
It'd be a
today's,
higher grade today if it was regraded. I think
yeah,
that's what it is.
sure. I
And
mean,
they
I've
come at a premium too. People really look out for those at
Yep,
just a rattler.
yep,
And CAC graded coins.
yeah,
CAC. Those
yep,
ones are also people buy the holder and not the coin so much on those.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep. The green bean, the gold bean, yeah. And now they have their own service going too, right? So what's
Yeah.
your thoughts there?
100%. If you can get anything from CAC or you could submit to CAC, more power to you. They are the bottom line. They're the last word in coin grading. They really are. And the
Green
third
bean,
party grading companies subject themselves to being graded by CAC, with the green bean sticker, and all
yeah,
that stuff. Yeah. So it's something that is, paramount if you want to get the most for money for your coin. Especially if you think, listen, if you think that your coin is undervalued and undergraded, you send it to CAC, let them put a green bean sticker on there. I think that automatically allows for a grade higher when
yeah,
you're determining the value.
yeah, yeah. Now, I have here. Do you consider yourself a numismatist? Because for me, obviously, you would be, but I kind
Yes.
of wonder what level. How do you know when you've arrived at that, or what do you view that
Oh,
about
good
that?
question. I think it means something different to everybody, and that's reasonable. I think everybody, look, you could collect exonumia and be a numismatist in my book. But really, I think ultimately it boils down to your education level. If you walked into a coin store and you knew what an Indian head cent was compared to a Lincoln head cent, or Walking Liberty compared to a Franklin half dollar, and then if you started to know, that 1909 was the first year of the Lincoln cent, or 1916 was the first year of the Walking Liberty, things of that nature, you're probably a new, because the general public isn't going to know any of those things.
Right. Okay. So
And you know
yeah,
what you can do? Honestly, here's if you're a beginning coin collector, I would do one thing and one thing right now. If you don't have it already, you get the Red Book by R.S. Yeoman. That's a guidebook to United States coins, and I think they're going to be in the 76th edition or 77th edition soon. And just all you got to do is read probably the first maybe 20, maybe 15 pages in the book, and you'll know so much more about numismatics, and that more than anybody. I mean, it's incredible. Yeah, you read the first 20 pages, you're golden. And it's called Welcome to Numismatics. It's the best thing ever.
well,
And really, and this is the worst part about numismatics, is that when you don't know what you have, whether you're
yeah,
buying or selling, you
yeah,
can be put over a barrel. And nobody wants to be put over a barrel. You know what I'm saying? It's just you could lose a lot of money, and education never comes cheap. So if you're looking at something that selling something, and it's a variety, or it's a rare variety, or it's a rare piece, and do you think the guy buying it is going to tell you that? No, because he's going to come out of pocket for more money.
right.
So yeah, that's a one thing in this business or hobby or whatever you want to call it. You have to know what you're selling, what you're buying, and it's all about education.
Very true. And like you say, and the scary part about that is you probably will become that because it's your money and you're paying attention. But what about your loved ones who you're handing this off to, right? That's kind of
Yeah,
deep.
exactly. That's why it's important to have everything graded and attributed properly on those slabbed coins. Because
Yeah.
even a slabbed coin, believe it or not, can have an error in it.
Oh,
Not necessarily from the grading company. The coin can be an error, but the grading company wasn't told to look for that, and there it is in there. So to me, that's a bummer. Um, like if you send in a coin to a grading company, you should just be able to send it in and then find out everything about it, whether it's an error, what the metal content is. But that's just me. I'm wishful thinking. I'm sure of it, but still.
yeah. Well, interesting on that lines is just a funny little story about I doubt you've seen my video. I had a video a week or two ago, and I had interviewed Aaron Burke, and he's pretty big in
Yeah, that's amazing. I was like, what the? Wow, I'm impressed.
yeah, right. Oh, I'm so lucky to have him on my channel. He's amazing, and I can't believe I get to interview him once a month so far, anyway. So I'm really excited about that. But something that was amazing that I found out is he had someone from Israel, and actually he works in the government as kind of an antiquities guy, and he sent Aaron a coin that he had cleaned himself, and Aaron was going to give it to a company that sells basically only slabbed coins. And he sent it to them, and they sent it in to have it graded, and it got graded, but it was labeled as fake. And the interesting
Yep.
part about that was when Aaron got it back, he just contacted the guy, but the guy who sent it to him had took took pictures of it before he cleaned it. So they got this thing out of the ground, and it has thousands of years basically caked onto the coin. And so he took a photo of it before he cleaned it, luckily, and then a photo of it after he cleaned it, and then sent it to Aaron. So, but this is this coin is authentic, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we're able to trace it. We know where it came from. We know it's legit. And so we know that, so for some reason they labeled that as a fake. Now, it could be like a 4A, which would have been something that a fake coin from that day,
Hmm.
but they would call that a 4A. So they label it fake. And so there are issues where here we're judging this coin as to be not real, and it is real. So
Yeah, regular. I mean, even people that collect modern coins, not just ancient coins, can run into instances where the coin grader says, "Okay, well, the surface has been altered, or it's been whizzed, or the coin has been cleaned, or it has
yeah,
environmental
that's a
damage."
big thing, right.
And it's like, you know, for the person who submitted the coin to have it graded, a lot of us don't even know the history of the coin, because yeah, we just obtained it, we just bought it,
Sure.
and that's one of the reasons why purchasing brand new stuff from the United States Mint is so awesome because it won't have issues like that.
Yeah.
Now, here and there, I remember, I think it was Daniel over at Coin Help You. He did a video about one of the Morgans that was submitted back in 2021. I don't remember the third party grader, it was PCGS or NGC. It came back cleaned, even though it was directly from the United States Mint. And I think that really it points out a larger problem with coin grading is that it's so subjective.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
Yep.
like, like you're the ancient you were talking about, you know, yeah, it's the real deal. I mean, they dug it up, it had tons of crust on it, and there it is, and yet
They
they
did,
actually,
whatever,
yeah,
for some
exactly.
reason, right? Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, so
Oops.
that's very, and I agree. I pretty much spot on with agree with you, but it's interesting. We also need to keep in mind that it is the coin that we're looking at, and yeah, and stay in the information. And like Aaron was saying, maybe definitely don't be worried to let other people vet it as well, and take a group of opinions, and not
Right.
for sure lock things out. But anyway, so I wanted to ask you, what do you think? Like, I'm really enjoying this conversation with you, and for me, I feel like a newcomer into the scene. And how do you look at newcomers like me? Is this a positive thing, or is it like, oh no, here's one more guy trying to?
No, no, no. Listen, here's how I think people that are mature, that understand the hobby. Oh, can you hear me okay?
Mhm.
Oh, thought I just
Yeah, you're good.
muted okay. I think people that understand the hobby and that are mature, they understand that new people are good for the hobby. They should be welcoming to them. You know, when I got back into coin collecting right before the pandemic in 2019, I went into some Facebook groups and I had some questions about some coins. And, as a beginner, just getting back into things, I got treated really poorly. I was like, wow, these guys are tough. It's a really tough crowd. I really couldn't
Yeah.
break in, you
Yeah.
know, and it was like, oh, wow. So I told myself, you know what? When if I do become, you know, more of a numismatist and a little bit more experience in this field, I am not gonna whip it out on the little dudes who are just getting in here and make fun of them or poke fun at them because we all were there at one point and we all deserve, I mean, yeah, if you're just kind of doing this haphazardly and you're not really focused on it, I don't think somebody should help you too much until you really realize what it is you want. But I
Sure.
think if you really want to do this and it's something you'd like to get into and you're seriously interested, somebody should take you under their wing and kind of guide you along and give you some know-how
Awesome.
about
Well,
this hobby.
that's what I've actually found so far, and I'm really appreciative, and even thanks to you. And like we were just talking with Aaron, man, what talk about somebody who could have beat me up or laughed me off or whatever, but took me under their wing and said sure and let me help you along. And man, I'm sure grateful for that. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. Now,
Uh,
did you have Rocky Superstar on your channel here recently?
I did last week's auction. I had him as a
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
He is, isn't he? I had a
Yeah.
great time with him on there. Yeah. So you know him as well, eh?
Yeah, in fact, when I first started, um, my YouTube channel doing content, he was actually one of the first people to reach out to me and give me a sticker and do a sticker trade with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really
Awesome.
cool. Really good guy.
Oh, cool. I didn't actually realize he went back that far. So man, I'm
Yeah,
happy to have him on too. So that's cool.
He is OG. He is really OG. Now where are you? Are you from Canada?
No, eh? Uh,
Uh,
I'm from Montana originally, and I live in
no
Colorado
way.
now for I don't know 10 years or 15, 20 years, forever ago now.
No
Man,
way. Where in Montana did you live?
southeast corner, kind of like
Oh,
South Dakota on one side,
in the
Wyoming on.
flatlands.
Yeah, right. It's yep. Yeah. I kind of grew up. My original home was on a ranch a little closer to South Dakota, and we were actually kind of right bordering a forested area, so it was actually beautiful.
Oh,
But
nice.
I drive a half hour to my grandparents' place, and it's all flat sagebrush flats. So yeah, kind of right there. So I know kind of both sides of it. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I used to live in Missoula, if
oh,
you know
that's
where
the
that
most
is.
beautiful. We used to go elk hunting up there. So
Yeah, there was a grizzly bear that had to get shot down. It kept coming into our area where we had the double wide.
wow,
Yeah,
wow.
that was kind of sketchy.
No doubt.
Seriously, grizzly bear, no thanks, man. Uh-uh. I'd wrestle a bear here in Florida. They're like 4 foot nothing, but not those bears. Nope, 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 nope.
That's funny.
Is it me or am I the only one who wants to wrestle a bear? Like, oh my gosh, I'm ready because I've been thinking about it my whole life. I'm ready.
Really? Well, it's probably those run-ins you had with that grizzly, but I don't think I would say the same.
No, up north, man. Things are just gnarlier up north.
Oh, no doubt, right? What's
Yeah.
going on with the size of things when you get up there? Indeed.
Neil Hunt's Dynasty says yes. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, yeah, I wanted to ask then about your crew that you got going on there. Let's push into that a little bit. How did you pull that crowd together over there?
Honestly, they're just listeners who just came by and started hanging out and started talking. And I did have other folks that were with me in the auctions, and they moved on to do other things. But now these gentlemen are with me, and I dig them. And mostly they're eBay sellers, if you can believe that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
two of them are big eBay sellers. I think. I think Lucky Duck and Iris Gifts, Mickey Minsky are both selling big time on eBay or
Oh, cool.
Feebay, if that's what you like to call it.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. All right. So then, do you guys kind of each have a strong point? I mean, probably so.
Yeah, okay, so Crispy, he brings the uniqueness to the group with these, ancients and these exonumias that are absolutely beautiful, and then I think, Mickey, he actually works in a lot of clad, a lot of the, recent US mint stuff as well as, mint stuff from 10, 15 years ago, and then I think Bo, he's kinda just an all-arounder, whatever he can kinda pick up, and then Lucky Duck, he focuses on the most amazing things. He's got slabbed coins, he's got hand poured 5-ounce silver bars. I mean, you think of it, he's probably got it, and it's quite amazing to watch.
awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
good
yeah,
stuff.
I like the group you got going on there, and I love the information I get from there. And I guess even though I'm not, it's kind of frustrating because I'm not into clad, but at the same time, I learned so much about it that it's definitely worth it. So I yeah, appreciate
So do
what
you
you
think
got.
I maybe focused too much on clad and maybe not
Oh,
enough silver
for
products?
me, 100%. But don't let me. It's just because I don't know what's going on. It's
I
just
was just having this conversation with the wife the other day. I told because she's like, "Can you make a little more money on YouTube?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I could if I made 2 videos a day, or if I change the subject matter." Now I know I told you earlier on in the program that I don't have a problem for lack of videos. Um, my thing is I do what I like. All right. And that means doing the American Innovation coins. And, not a whole lot of people like those. And if I do a video about American Innovation coins, I'm
yeah,
going to get probably about 500 people watching it. And I know for a fact if I make a video about the Morgan or Peace dollars or
yeah.
maybe American Silver Eagle, I'm going to get 2,000 views. Easy peasy pudding pie. Not a problem. But to me, um, I'm not being true to myself. I'm selling out to what and yeah, you got to give people what they want. I understand that, but at the same time, I'm kind of an artsy fartsy get like that. I guess I kind of have to do my own thing, and if people kind of align with my thing, then cool. Then and if you don't, then that's cool too.
Well, see, what I noticed, like, even though I'm not interested in the clad, I still am kind of almost forcing myself to stay watching because I know that you're smart, and I and like obviously son of a
Do me a
silver.
favor, do me a favor, tell my wife that because I don't think she
No doubt, but I mean, even your dad and like you said, even your grandfather was explaining silver to you, so you obviously understand probably more about silver than I do. But
Yeah, so you know what? You just made a really great point. So there's a banker, right? And he has a child and he explains banking to his child. Then there's another person who has a child and he's an auto mechanic and he understands, autos. And he explains how to fix a car to his son. And then you have somebody who does yard work and lawn work and he understands that and he explains it to his son. Everybody has their strengths, okay? And
yeah,
if you can surround yourself with people who have different strengths like that, you made yourself even better than you ever could have been. Because we're really just the product of the people we surround ourselves with, really, ultimately. It's a beautiful thing when you're able to find that passion and those different people that can fill those roles around you. And yes, having some uh I get repetition or redundancy is good in certain behaviors. What am I losing you guys? I'm hello, is this thing on?
no, no, yeah, yeah. Bob Bukowski, welcome in. Yeah, so but back on to a little bit the like when I know you know silver. It's in your name, you know coins. So when I see you talking clad, it just kind of makes me know, yeah, you don't understand, but pay attention because this guy obviously does, and it's what he's putting out there. So
Right
I'm
on.
glad that I got to get a little bit more to the bottom of it here. But I mean, I instantly knew that. I mean, obviously, this guy's named Son of a Silver Stacker, and he's got it within his group, and YouTube probably also put out some silver on occasion. Do you? Maybe you don't, like as you were pointing out.
Yeah, no, here and there I do absolutely. What I'll so here's what I'll do also in addition to buying clad to pay for my silver. I'll buy 3 silver medals, sell 2, and then that'll pay for the one.
Yeah,
Bam, done.
that's
Free
more where
silver.
I'm the boat that I'm in, but I'm seeing what you're doing, and it looks pretty smart. So, uh,
Yeah, it's just you know what it is? It's timing and trying to understand. I mean, because like I said, I only do what I like, and I really do like the American women quarters. If I didn't like them, I wouldn't say that I do. It's not. I'm a genuine person, and what you see is what you get with me. I can't fake who I am, and it's really hard to. And I'm a really bad liar. Like, oh man, you'll know when I'm full of shit. And I'm sorry, I'm just saying, but it's just, oh, it's horrible. I can't lie. I'm a terrible liar.
yeah.
So yeah,
Well, that's not a bad quality. You just don't lie then.
no, I don't. I can't. I because it backfire on me every time. It's like instantly.
Yeah. All right, guys. I know I can see I'm missing stuff in the chat here. I'll apologize. I'll focus in on you here in a second, and you can tell me what you're after there. And I'll let you go here. Triple S here in a short while. I guess one last kind of thing I was going to mention, and I heard about your asthma and whatnot. But I know you have some health issues, and I don't want you to have to push them out or nothing. But how do you handle your YouTube channel as well? I mean, I realize we just didn't do our last week, so that's how we handled that. But
Yeah, sorry.
how you just take it day by day. And I mean, I have some health issues, and it kind of worries me being here on YouTube because I know there's going to come points where I'm going to have to do the same thing you did to me last week. Not that it was bad or anything, but where my plan is to just go do that, but sometimes
Right.
that's in the way. So
So yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. So I have something called hereditary spherocytosis,
whoa,
and it's a blood disease. So I don't know if I'm alien or what, because my blood cells aren't like everybody else's. They're an odd shape. They're spherical in nature. Everybody else's are round, yes, but they're more shaped like donuts with a depression in the middle, like a little donut. Mine
oh,
aren't like that. Mine are basketballs. Okay, and
oh,
so yeah, so I could so if I get an infection which, a sinus infection from allergies and asthma, I could die in like 24 hours. So I got to really be on top of stuff.
Wow.
Um, it really sucks. And I've had a really poor upbringing in the regards to, not being in school all the time. Do you remember that kid in school who was always sick and, was never there, who was like, oh, he's here on a testing day, and then you don't see him for another
Right.
week? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was me. That was me, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, it was tough.
Wow.
But see,
Well,
I think that's why I was able to get into coins, because I didn't get to go outside too much. So I just went and got coins, went through those and started looking through those. Started collecting coins in 1977, same year
wow.
Star Wars came out.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, what were you guys trying to get to in the chat? Did somebody want to give something away? Holler at I'm watching your chat now. What's up, guys? What was
Yeah.
the did somebody want to give something away, or what am I missing? Otherwise,
All
we
I
can
know is thank you, sir, for having me here this evening, this afternoon, no matter where you're at. I do appreciate that. It's amazing to have the honor of being on a YouTube channel that's not mine. So thank you.
Oh man, it's the pleasure is all mine, that's for sure. I appreciate you taking the time out. Tell your family I'm sorry, but I greatly appreciated your time. And yeah, maybe we can do this again down the road sometime.
Absolutely. And OC Stacker, just out of curiosity, where are you from in the OC? Whereabouts are you from? Hey, thank you, Homestead Aquarius. I'm actually an Aquarius, born in February, and I'm actually from the state of California, Orange County, California, a place called Fountain Valley. It used to
Wow.
be called, yeah, it used to be called Gospel Swamp. Hey, Alicia Viejo, that's awesome. Both my kids were born in Laguna Niguel, if you know where that is, right there in Saddleback Memorial Hospital. All right, so thank you again, LLC. You're the man. Appreciate you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate having you on. Come back again. We'll catch you on the next one. All right. What do we got? We got Joseph Lopez wants to give away a coin. Jolo, you there in the chat still? Thank you, OC Stacker. Yeah, that was awesome. That was great having him on. He's just a wealth of information when it comes to numismatics. I can tell he's been doing it a while, and I'm always learning when I'm over on his channel. So definitely go check out Son of a Silver Stacker. I'm sure most of you guys are already subscribed to him. But here I'll pull up his and his contact info is in the information of this this video. So if you go down in the info area below this video, his contact information should be there. I'll pop his site up here, share screen. Me and Space Miner made a deal and I want to give something away. Okay, so Joseph, I'm ready to do it. How do you want to do it? Where Joseph Lopez is going to give something away here in chat. I'm not sure. Let me know how you want to accomplish that. Pick a number between 1 and 10 or what your idea is, and we'll make it happen, Joseph. Thank you. And so this is, for those of you who don't know Son of a Silver Stacker, this is his channel. Go over there and subscribe. He's got pretty much every day he puts out good information, a lot about the U.S. Mint, and he also has auctions Tuesday nights. Those are quite fun as well, and plenty of other stuff, so go check him out. Liberty Bleeds Silver, I'm not sure if I shouted you out or not, but thank you so much for being here, bud. I always appreciate you. Yeah, broke indeed. SSS is cool. Hey, broke. Someone was saying you noticed my chat. I wasn't trying to spam you out last night in your live, but yeah, I would love to send you a little bit of silver shot if you would be willing to pour me one of those bee pours that you're doing such a nice job on. Orbgy. Orbgy says, welcome in. Nice to see you. I don't think I've seen you in here before. I believe there are a lot of fake coins flooding the market. There is a video from a content creator I believe to be all fake coins. I am curious to know your opinion. Who is the content creator, sir or ma'am? Orbgy. Here is the title: Holy Grail. All right, I will check that out later, and I can get back to you. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that a little bit. I have not seen that, so I will check it out and let you know down the road. L, welcome in. Good to see you. If you just are getting in here, you just missed a great interview with Son of a Silver Stacker. That's his channel up here on the screen. Go check him out. If you would like, subscribe. All right, copy and paste all the names in the chat and put in real else. Joseph Lopez, if you knew how many days I've been working on that, I just got to try a whole different software because the one I'm working with right now is a nightmare. So I got to come up with another spinning wheel that can be done on. But I've been working on that myself. So sorry, I cannot. We can do this another way. Let's just pick a number, or I'll do the number. I'll pick the number. I'll do this for you, Joseph. I'll pick a number between 1 and 50. Let me write it down before we go here. And whoever comes the closest to it, guess once. And whoever comes the closest to it, one guess per person, gets it. And I'm going to write it down here. We're going to go with, let's see, between 1 and 50. All right. And so I have the number here, in there. Close this so I can see what I'm doing. Sorry. So guys, yeah, go ahead and put a number in between 1 and 50. One time, one guess, or you won't be qualified. And whoever gets closest to the number that's already written down there gets whatever Joseph Lopez is giving away. And thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. All right, let me go back here and start with my first number I see. 1 through 50, 1 through 50. And we have Niels Han Dynasty is an 8. Orgby is 25. OC Stacker 24. Clear Lake 37. Blistering Barnacles 22. Liberty Bleeds 29. Water the Possibilities 33. And Broke Stacker comes in at 17. Metally Corrupted, go ahead and pick a number between 1 and 50. Homestead's at 45. And Joseph Lopez is doing a giveaway. Ella is at 49. L is at 49. All right, we're gonna wait for Mentally Corrupted to drop something, and then we're gonna call it. Mentally Corrupted drops 21. All right, guys. Anybody else need to put it in there that hasn't? Get it in, because I'm gonna reveal here. I think we're all in. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the number 7. And so I believe that's going to be Mr. Niels Han Dynasty, unless someone else can prove me other. He was the first guesser and within 1 point away, 1 number away. Broke was right on, just 10 off, I guess. Almost dead on. But I believe we got Niels Han. Not my son's age, no. It's just a number that I put down. And that's where it ended. All right, guys, awesome. Joseph Lopez, how do you want to do the sending? Neil says, thank you. Just wondering how you would like to get in contact with Neil. Maybe drop something that you're okay with or if you email you, okay, all right, Neil. Yeah, I can contact Neil. I'll email you, Joseph and Neil, and we'll figure it out. We'll make that happen. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Son of a Silver Stacker, thank you again for coming on. That was great. Appreciate it. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much. We are going to be back, I believe, for sure, at least by Wednesday. I have 2 interviews at 1 o'clock Chicago time. We're going to have an interview with Aaron Burke. That might be noon my time. I have to double check what that is. But 1 p.m. Chicago time, I have an interview with Aaron Burke on ancient coins. I'm always looking forward to that. Once a month, I get to sit down with him, and that's a great conversation, at least for me, because I like ancient coins. So come check that out. Lots to learn there. And then later that evening, we will have Ian Everard on. And I believe also Neil's Han Dynasty is having Ian on his channel this evening. So check that out as well. And guys, thanks so much for being here. We will catch you on the next one.